So, I mean, that sounds great, and you know, you're a man on the ground there, and Dave's been to Vegas a lot of times. How easy is it for an Australian to actually get in there and invest? I mean, obviously in any marketplace there are traps, there are things to look out for. I've heard you talk, Dave, about you buy only in certain zip codes or postcodes as we know them, and then you'll only buy within certain areas within certain postcodes. So without that knowledge, how dangerous is it for foreign investors to go and try and buy a property in Vegas? What was your experience like initially?
Well, you know, the danger is not really the word. The great thing is that as an investor here in America, you have all the rights as an American and all the protections. And it depends on what you want. There's some people that they want homes that they can buy very, very cheaply. They're in a rundown area, but the return is extremely, extremely high. And there's other people that want to purchase a home that they may come and live in eventually. So they want it in a little nicer area. Depending on what your investment strategy is, we will show you everything. But no matter what, we will not allow you to buy something that will not be a double-digit return, because it just doesn't make sense. If you buy something that's a 3 or 4% return, you're not going to get your money out of it, and it's going to be a bad investment. So there are areas that, some areas are more valuable than others, you know, the ones that are close to the Strip. But some, you know, we have some great, beautiful areas that are far away from the Strip, on golf course communities that are still next to the casinos, that are very, very beautiful and inexpensive. So what we do is we sit down with each one of the investors and find out what their investment strategy is, what their long and short-term things are, investment strategies are. Some people want to flip these things. And if they want to buy rundown properties, we can buy homes for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, fix them up inexpensively, and then flip them. If that's a strategy you want, we're very, very good at flipping. Dave and I flipped many a home in our day. If you're a long-term buy and hold, we can do that for you as well. So depending on what your strategy is, depending on how you like to invest, we have expertise in all areas. The other thing too I want to mention, Terry, that when we turn these properties over to them, we have all the taxes worked out, they're homeowners associations, we have a property management in place that will get a tenant. We have everything set up for you so it's turnkey. You don't have to go out and find all these different vendors. We have what Dave and I call our golden Rolodex of professionals we've worked with throughout the years that are responsible and will take care of our clients. And so you're not only buying a great investment, but you're buying a turnkey operation that has been put together, managed, and you by what I consider some of the best investors in the world, and that's, you know, Terry and David and myself. I'm a best-selling author. I still am on radio and television. I still get interviewed. I was the one that predicted the 2006 crash, and I still give advice. I'm still educating myself. I have some unbelievable contacts here in Nevada. I may not be Mr. Las Vegas, but I know the market. I know the market very, very well. I respect the Australians. I love your country and your country, the country people, the folks that live there, and we love to have you over here and to have you part of our community.
Gene, and you mentioned education. I'm going to throw a question to you, Dave. How relevant is it for people to be educated about, you know, their investing activity, be it stock market, be it real estate? You know, how important is it that they have knowledge on the area that they're investing in?
Well, that's probably the most important thing, Terry. And, you know, like Gene and I spent a lot of time investigating a lot of scenarios. When I first went to Las Vegas, of course I got caught, you know, with my very first entity, setting up my entity and my structures. I believed that, you know, there was one way to go, or, you know, I was ill-advised, and $15,000 later, I meet Gene, and Gene sort of raps me on the knuckles and says, Davey, you know, we can do this for $2,000 and things like that. So education is primary, the most important part of this whole process. The way I got started into the Vegas real estate market was actually Gene's complete kit. It was called the Great Real Estate Investment Adventure course. I locked myself in a room for 3 days, turned phones off, and I studied that and said, now how can I make that suitable for an Australian, because it was all done for Americans. It was all done like, you know, people that, you know, could have an S Corp and things like that. Well, an Australian can't have an S Corp, but we can have a C Corp. And so I just had to change some of the things in there, the little structures, that was legal and would suit an Australian. So I changed them things around, went to Vegas, started buying properties, hooked up with Gene, and we've never looked back since. But you know, it's all about education. We run some pretty big boot camps, you know, but we only take up to 50 people at a time on a boot camp, because more than that, it's too much to handle. You know, people don't get enough value for money because they can't get to us because there's, you know, too many other people there. If we contain it down to 50 people, it's a nice bus load. We don't have to run 2 and 3 buses and things like that. And we run, you know, 5 and 6 day boot camps right in Las Vegas, and we actually teach Australians how to do the whole complete market. So you know, they're completely informed, and at the end of the day, they can go out and they can choose other realtors, they can choose other people if they wish, but they have full knowledge. They know what we know about the Las Vegas market and can go out and make informed decisions. If they're still a bit nervous, of course, Gene's there, I'm here. We, you know, if they still need our help, we're there to assist.
That's right. That's exactly correct.
So it sounds like a nice hand-holding operation, which I know in times that I've gone into new markets, you generally get burnt first up. The mistakes that you make are generally have a dollar value attached to them. So if somebody is interested in getting into property in Las Vegas, how can Las Vegas investment properties help them?
Well, there's a whole range of things that we can provide and give them a service to the general populace. So they can, as I said, they can come and do a boot camp if they wish, and learn the whole process themselves. They can sit back on their own couch at home and say, "Hey guys, can you do it all for us?" You know, and Gene's over there and I'm here, and then what we do, you know, Gene and I, at that point, whether it be the boot camp or whether it be, you know, people that need actually us to assist them in doing them deals and becoming an investor in Las Vegas without even going there, that's when we kick in. And Gene goes to work. He finds a whole range of houses. We go to work. We talk with the client here in Australia. We ask them, you know, what their requirements are. Gene has a gauge on that. Gene then selects a whole range of properties. I actually fly myself to America. I check out the deals with Gene also, once we found out exactly what we're after, and so, you know, I personally fly there, check the deals out, hang there for a while. Like to hang with Gene and go to Jimmy Buffett's bar anyway, so it's a good opportunity. And but no, we get very serious. We put the package together, and then I fly home. Gene finishes off. I talk to the next client, and so on. So there's a range of things, and you know, even through our Greer Club, you can become part of our club. There's a great way within our club to get involved with all the like-minded property investors, people that are doing deals over in Vegas. You know, meet and greet them guys and bounce off their confidence. And so there's a whole range of things that people can get from us, you know.
You know, the other thing too that is critically important, and Dave and I have done this in every deal that we've been in, is we always make the deal subject to a final inspection. That means we pay a professional that's licensed by the state of Nevada to inspect the property thoroughly, from the electrical to the foundation to the roof to every appliance, to understand exactly what works and what doesn't work. And if there is anything wrong with the property, we will not buy that property. And when you purchase that property from us, you will get that report. And that report will stay with the home, so you know exactly what you purchased, what's working, and when you sell the home, that report can be going with the home. The other thing that's great that a lot of other boot camp people don't do is that Dave comes out, inspects it for you, has the final decision, and takes a video of the area, of the property, the inside of the property. And all this information is then given to you, and you have a complete and thorough record. Once again, I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Nevada, and I would never sell any property that wasn't thoroughly inspected and got a report saying that this is a property that's fit to live in.
Excellent.
And the properties we're purchasing, I mean, there's nothing over 10 years old. I mean, generally it's like 2002 to 2008 is the range and gauge of properties. So, I mean, we're not buying old dungers like in other areas, you know. These are beautiful brick home, proper properties. Yeah.
But even a beautiful home can have water damage or something. Dave and I do not take that risk.
That's right.
And we don't pass that risk on to our investors. We follow the book. Okay, so when you buy the property from us, you will get a report stating everything is operational condition in that home, because that's the way I'd want to buy a property.
And gents, I read a report recently about the predictions for 2011, and what seemed to be the most common prediction was that there could be further decreases of between 5 to 10% in some areas. Other areas, they say, will probably plateau where they are right now, and seemed to be that what the drivers were was the capacity for that area to recover from the slump.
Right.
Now, so in terms of Vegas, I know tourism is a major part of the economy and bringing people in and out of Vegas. Are we starting to see signs of tourism picking up? How do you feel about Vegas in terms of its recovery? For example, I wouldn't be buying personally in a place that was, say, the economy was driven by the automotive industry, because I think there's states in America that are going to find it hard to recover because those industries may never recover themselves. Whereas Vegas is this party town, tourism. I mean, if you haven't been there, you've got to go, because it's like adult Disneyland. It is such a lot of fun. What are they saying about Vegas right now, and how it looks for the rest of the year?
Well, Terry, that's a very good observation. And look, you don't need a crystal ball to understand the market. If you have high unemployment and there's very few people working, there's many people losing their homes, and there's fewer people buying them. The unemployment has peaked out here in Las Vegas. It's around 17%, close to 20%. We lost a lot of construction jobs. So to answer your question, tourism is starting to come back. When you have discretionary income, you take vacations, you come to places like Las Vegas. Until unemployment starts moving down, meaning more and more people are finding jobs, when that trend line starts happening, it may be too late for you to get in, because everyone will see that happening, and then everyone will flood to Vegas again, and we'll be in the same type of situation where you're bidding for homes. And Dave and I hate bidding for homes. We hate it, okay? So, that being said, unemployment is just about, we don't seem to be losing more and more jobs. Everything seems to have bottomed out, okay? So now is the time to come to Las Vegas, get some of these properties, because I really believe by 2012, the United States will be coming out of this slump economy we're in, and we'll be back roaring. And so you don't want to wait until all the indicators where everyone else, says, hey, let's get in now, because you'll see the same problem we saw last time, where you're bidding for these homes, and now a $35,000 condo is now bumped up to $65,000, and you're going, why didn't I buy when Dave told me? And now is the time to buy. I tell you, now the time is to buy.
Thanks, Gene. And Dave, if people want to find out more information, how can they get in contact with Las Vegas Investment Properties?
The easiest way is just go to our website, Terry. It's lvip.com.au. That's www.lvip.com.au. Drop us a line through there and contact us. We will get back to you, come down, sit with you, answer your questions, and go from there.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for the information, and I'm really looking forward to this year, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with you, Gene, in Las Vegas very soon.
I can't wait to see you guys all, and I can't wait to meet all your investors, and I think it's going to be a great year for everybody.
Thank you, gentlemen. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in Las Vegas investment properties, and I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be, please get onto the website. You'll see a lot of information on there. Give us a call. We're happy to come and talk to you and set you up to make 2011 an absolutely prosperous year. And you could be setting yourself up for the rest of your life right now based on the decisions you make. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, everybody. See you in Vegas.